Welcome back to another issue. I'm Beastie Boy.
I'm Table.
I'm Red.
It is I, Shino Brando.
And for today, we'll be discussing some of the most popular and nonsensical comic vehicles we could find.
All right, so I scoured the internet for a few hits and misses, found some really oddball ones, and shared them with you guys here. So let's break these ones down. So I guess we're gonna start off with, we're gonna go in reverse order and start with the best stuff, the coolest stuff, and then we're gonna go off to the wacky ones. My choice for top pick, I'm a biased boy, and I always love Batman, best hero ever. And come on, Batmobile is the best.
Something about it being the Dark Knight, huh?
Yeah, the vehicle, the Batmobile, man. Everything he has in that car, depending on what model we're talking
more
about.
iconic than the motherfucking Batmobile.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it all depends on which one. Some people are, some people like Tumbler. I'm not too big on the Tumbler, right? And I'm not too fond of Bat tanks. I like Bat cars, Batmobiles. The more stylish, the better, right? So everything you've seen in like the Tim Burton movies, or the Joel Schumacher movie, and like the one in Batman Forever, as odd as it is, right, with all the rib lighting and the highlights that it has, still a fucking cool car, man.
It's only ribbed for his pleasure.
Bat nippled out and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you on the Bat tanks being kind of weird and less cool. Not because they're not a neat idea, but just if I can't see some kid stealing the tires off one of those, and what's the point,
What's the point? It doesn't look like it doesn't come off as like a mobile. It's more, you know what I mean? Like his vehicle suite should be sleek, not so rough around the edges.
No, exactly. It's if this is how he's getting around the city, you're saying he's gonna drive a tank that's 2.5 lanes wide around Gotham,
right?
God, no wonder everyone hates him.
Like and best example is like watching Batman Begins, right? When he's trying to save Rachel, and he's literally like driving through the highways and like destroying everything from rooftop down. Yeah,
Does he do that every day, every night when he has to go out?
Right, at that point, like I don't want a Batman, man. Like, I want something more. And like, and as far as I go, like even the animated stuff is great to look at. Like the animated series Batmobile is great.
Yeah, the animated series Batmobile, in my personal opinion, is the best one.
One of the best looking ones on TV. I had like the ones followed up in like the new Batman Adventures, and even the Batman. When I went to we went through with the art direction from like Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
That too. The Batmobiles in that one, the Mark 1 and Mark 2 that he had, especially the Mark 2, was like my favorite like animated one, aside from the animated series version. Yeah, just Batmobile, so nice.
Wait, it shows up in Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah, so the creator behind the Jackie Chan Adventures, the art director, he also did the Batman. That came out in the mid 2000 one, I believe.
Yeah. With the wacky hairstyle looking Joker.
Yeah, exactly. That one.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
So he did that role, and he designed the Mark 1 Batmobile and the Mark 2 that he had received after the first one got trashed. And the second one was just such a better looking Batmobile, especially on just like between all the cartoons I've seen, you can tell someone spent time on making this look as simple as it could be, but as nice as it could be at the same time.
And also as different as the previous one as possible.
Very much. Yeah, Batmobile, man.
So many of the live action ones try to be like larger than life, whereas the comic ones are weirdly enough more grounded in reality.
Very much. Like the weirdest one was the George Clooney single seat Batmobile, which makes no sense to me.
Wait, does Robin have to walk?
Robin has to take his own bike for some reason.
Where does Ace sit? In his lap?
And like that front end of that Batmobile is kind of like, overcompensating for something.
We're not saying we're talking about his Batmite, but we might be.
But someone was thinking about it when they designed that car.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, a classic.
Yeah, good on. Let's pass this one on. Beastie, what do you got?
I got the Quinjet, so the ever famous would it be helicarrier, or not helicarrier really, but it was like the basic like advanced
the staple
aircraft
of some of the Marvel universe.
Exactly, and most commonly, like I noticed it in the Avengers movies is where I first kind of saw it, right? So I think one of the first times I saw it was the Avengers, and then Winter Soldier, and like obviously when it got modded to like be more like an attack carrier, like it was really interesting to see the different design choice that he went with it. So it's pretty cool to see.
It's one of the fastest vehicles in Marvel. Period. 5 jets on that guy.
Yeah.
It also holds my favorite bit from Thor Ragnarok, where Thor tries to get in and be like, strongest Avenger.
Yeah.
Access denied.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Banner steps in and he goes, strongest Avenger. And it just immediately starts up. No problem.
It's just plain favoritism.
No. He goes, damn you, Stark. Point Break.
Right. Yes.
Surfer.
Which I didn't remember. What was the Point Break reference? Was it like
It was because his hair.
His hair, long hair.
Yes.
It's like, oh, he's clearly ex pop culture character because Tony is incapable of relating to human beings on a personal level.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes it.
Would bring it to me, I believe.
Yes.
All right.
So I was gonna say the Hell Cycle because fiery motorcycles are so cool, and also it gets to go through multiple owners. It's literally a little bit demonic and cares not for your laws of physics, and then it gets replaced by a car.
What do you prefer, cycle or car?
Well, as a person who doesn't have a motorcycle license, I'd rather have the car.
Right.
But like the motorcycle is just so much cooler and a little bit more practical. And realistically, we're talking Ghost Rider, right? And like,
Yeah.
what?
Not Ghost Driver.
Why are you? Yeah. Why are you concerned enough to be in a vehicle? It's just a very different vibe to someone riding you down on a flaming motorcycle and someone coming at you with a fiery car.
Yeah,
Both
like
are
the fire.
scary, but, like,
The fire car thing's cool, but like it doesn't come off as menacing as a flaming skull. So exposed with like fire all around him too.
right? And like the motorcycle gives you that Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse vibe,
Yeah.
where a car is just like, is that an illegal mod? Is he allowed to do that?
Ghost Rider for sure is Edgelord of Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, all 5 of those guys.
Yeah, out of the writers, which one's your favorite? If you could pick one,
Oh, it's Johnny Blaze.
for sure.
In a close second, but Danny Ketch.
Oh, Danny Ketch was
Fair.
a good follow-up.
Mostly because he gets to come back, and right now he's the king of hell.
Ooh, is he now?
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
But Robbie Reyes with the car
Mhm.
and how it's not actually like the spirit of vengeance. It's actually his uncle who's just super vengeful. It's a spirit of vengeance, not
Vengeance.
the spirit of vengeance.
Yeah,
Important difference.
very much.
Is a amazing twist that who would have ever saw coming.
I like the entire concept, even like the original writer, the Ghost Rider, the one on horseback. The Pale Rider, right?
I saw
Like
that one in the Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah, like that idea is cool too. Like if you were doing like stories in the Old West, and that idea, I like that idea. It's just a cool concept to me.
It just makes it bigger.
Yeah,
Like the idea that it could be in the past, or it could just be anyone who's pissed off enough.
Yeah.
That like
the generational sharing of it all, and each one has his, or I guess there's been no female Ghost Rider, I suppose.
yet.
Right? So right. So I guess it's been all dudes so far. So we're just, I guess, they've all been pretty good, right? I don't know. If I were to choose, Johnny would be the way, because that's the one I really know of.
Yeah.
And
That's when we got 2 movies about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ghost Rider concept and idea is just, it's one of the raddest ones I did Marvel, right? Like I just love the idea of Ghost Rider.
Can I throw a gripe?
Go ahead.
Just so when the Marvel exhibition came around to town,
Mhm.
Red and I went together.
Mhm.
And it was sorted by, largely what group or what type of people they were. But do you want to guess where Ghost Rider was?
What? Where?
He was grouped with the street level vigilantes. And I was like, why isn't he in the magic section?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a bit odd.
I'm
He
still
literally-
mad.
He literally stems from hell.
That is a ghost man. Spooky ghost man.
I mean,
Get him outta
yeah.
here. Boy.
I mean, he had his stint where he was, Spirit of Vengeance. He went around catching bad guys.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
you don't
independent
see
stuff,
like
but-
Luke Cage and Jessica
Yeah,
Jones
but you don't- yeah.
interacting with, like
yeah.
freaking what's the leader of Hell's name in the Marvel universe?
Mephisto?
Mephisto.
Thank you. You don't see them interacting with Mephisto.
No,
It's
it was-
Ghost Rider position.
It's as odd as like placing Blade in like street level guys. It's like, well, I mean,
Exactly. Like, yeah, he goes out and does justicey things, sort of. But like,
he's a slayer. He's like a bit different.
He murders things.
Yeah, big things.
Yeah.
he's not here to save the day, just here to stab the monsters.
Yeah.
Cut some heads,
So speaking of people that were meant to save the day,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that makes it my turn. And
Yes, go
I got the Fantastic
Best card.
Ooh.
So not only does this appear in both live action movies, one of them significantly better than the other. I'll let our comments decide which one's which.
Yeah.
So there has been 3 editions of this frickin' car. The first one appeared in Fantastic Four number 3 in 1962. It was referred to as the Flying Bathtub, and it was lost to no other than Deadpool when it was used to hunt for Madcap when he went on the loose in Immortal Hulk.
Right.
A
It was
just
last
fate.
seen in the Immortal Hulk Grade Power number 1 in April 2020. The Mark II, notably called the Pegasus, appeared freaking 8 issues later in 1963.
They
This
needed a
version
new
was
car.
maintained almost entirely by Johnny Storm. I didn't know that dude was mechanically inclined.
Yeah, I learned that when I learned that he actually helped design the Spider Buggy, which will come later.
So
It's my favorite.
and when this unit was destroyed when Doctor Doom took over the Baxter building in Fantastic Four number 13 from 1965, it was destroyed with Doom at the helm. This is the mark. This is the version that has been the most consistent in comics and the movies and anything. It also appeared in the Fantastic Four animated series.
That's the one I know of. Yeah.
And this has been the one. We didn't get a Mark III till 2014.
Does Doom even have a driver license?
Who?
Does Doom even have a driver's license? I don't know.
Doom doesn't need a driver's license. Doom is Doom. Doom will drive anything he wants.
So he's adding a reckless operation of a motor vehicle to his list of crimes. Come on,
for
man.
Sure. I'll give you to. I'll tell you. I'll answer you in Doom in Doom manner. Doom will just tell you, don't ever question Doom again. Doom drives whatever he wants. Doom will drive a toaster if he wanted to.
Honestly,
Duly noted.
Mount the brave little toaster and move on.
It sounds like you're talking to a person too. Jeez.
So the Mark II was last seen in Marvel's Contagion #1 in December 2019. The Mark III, the most recent of them, has only appeared like 1 or 2 times. It was in Fantastic Four Volume 5 #2 in May 2014, and it was used for the majority of Heroes Reborn.
That era of time, yeah.
Yep, and it was last seen in the newest run in issue 10 from 2019. Only makes a brief appearance. They don't.
I'm not a big fan of its design. That Mark III.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, it
looks too round.
Yeah, it's too round, too basic. It looks like it looks like any alien ship you'd seen in any movie. You know what I mean? Like it just looks boring, right? And
the other ones were very iconic. Like they sat all 4.
Yeah.
And they split off into 4, sometimes 3, because Johnny just gets to fly.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest with you, like they were like the crazy thing was that the first 2 had them exposed.
Right.
I don't know. It's just that
they looked like they were chopped off of a. In the movie there's a line about it, but anyway, it's built with very specific car parts to make that specific look on purpose.
Right on.
Convertible.
It just, when the idea of them being exposed always came off like a cool idea. It was unique and different from everything else, right?
But also certainly a safety hazard.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mostly because, bugs in your goddamn teeth. Hello?
I mean, has Reed Richards in his entire life taken part in one good safety practice? Even one?
Why an iota of OSHA safety practices?
Not even once. Not even once.
I mean,
how did they get their powers again?
What happened to both their first and second child?
I mean, he helped find. I know. And then there's the negative zone thing, and
then they got trapped
and the
outside
cosmic
of time,
cube, and
didn't come back until the Marvel universe was freaking exploded because Dad said we can't go there anymore.
And then finding multiverses. And
what's all this? Oh no!
I mean, I'm not even sure Reed can spell OSHA.
I don't know why that killed me. This guy, because he always goes on about his fucking big brain, but then just like, imagine Reed Richards can't spell.
Negligence for human life is just, Jesus Christ, man. Can you think of one other human being for 2 seconds? No, you can't.
I mean, I can when we're doing our mission in space.
Or we're having sex with Sue.
But even that's less thinking about Sue, more just,
All right, next person.
Oh, no.
And that comes back to me now, right?
Yes, it does.
Now we're talking about some of the duds that we have scoured through the internet and brought to our attention here.
Just the most bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, some terrible picks. I found some
questionable picks.
Some questionable things. I'm going to start this party off with one real questionable one here. So this one is called the US-1 Big Rig.
Boy, do I hate its name already.
Oh, yeah. Driven by one Ulysses Solomon Archer. Get it? USA.
You'll love to see it.
I don't even know what to go on about this. So this guy is a truck driver that has an evil brother who became the Highwayman.
No, he didn't.
The Highwayman, which ironically became one of Marvel's mid-tier villains for a good little bit.
When you say Highwayman, do you mean man of the highway, or do you mean like, oh, I'm a criminal on the highway? Because those are different vibes.
To be honest with you, how would you feel if I told you it was myself, column A and column B?
No, it isn't.
I feel a little bit sad.
Bad, in fact.
Yeah, he was a man of the highway who was a highwayman.
Sir.
That hurts. And it's stupid.
But it gets even worse, my friend.
Oh,
so,
no, it doesn't.
The US-1 Big Rig.
I know his favorite question, but you first.
You're thinking this truck was the everyday truck, one that, traveled the roads. Well, this is where you're wrong.
Oh.
For this Big Rig, drove space.
Do we get a how? Are we allowed to ask that, or will we be shot on sight?
The answer is Marvel.
Oh,
I understand.
So they did whatever they could.
Dude, his thing. So they used to be. It used to be planted on Earth. The adventure started there.
Mhm.
Right, and then he finds out. I guess he finds out sometime down the line that the evil highwayman is his brother.
sure.
Dun
Right?
dun dun.
Right, but then the local diner that I guess that he also lives at was transported to space and became a space diner, and his truck became a space truck.
Just
Why does
just
he live at
because
the space diner?
I don't know.
he sleeps on the tables, he drinks the coffee, like
This was a
They have a
concept.
hose out back for the shower.
This was a concept forced onto Marvel by Tyco Toys, who demanded something be written. So they were like, okay, what property are we writing? And they gave him the US Big Rig 1. And so Marvel was like, well, okay, and we'll do our best with this. And they took that dude to space. 12
Wow.
issues, one whole year, doesn't matter. Forget about it.
If he's in space, he can't hurt any of their other properties.
he can't
It's-
touch Spider-Man.
It's been noted that it's one of the properties that Marvel wishes that you'd forget. But not this time because I brought it back to everybody's attention. Look it up.
I feel sorry for the
So I
writers.
have a question.
Yes.
Do they still own the rights to this?
What if I told you
Oh boy.
Fuck me.
what if I told you that throughout the years, the way they gently phased out the Tyco toys was to make the truck less of a truck and more of a base convoy, if you will.
So I know of a different space convoy. Tell me they're not the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing. This is essentially still a fucking truck, but no wheels and it flies in space. He's been recently seen as most recent as trying out to be a babysitter for Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
What?
Yeah,
What?
he's
They
in that-
certified him to be a babysitter?
He's in that. He's in that
Babysat
panel.
Danielle.
He's in that panel. He's in the panel.
How is he qualified for anything?
Well, because he, according to Ulysses Solomon Archer, the space trucker business is kind of slow.
Wow.
Is it?
It's slow in space.
According to him, it is. So USA over here,
Hmm.
his evil brother, the highwayman, drove him off the road, and so he busted open his head, and he got a metal plate, which, by the way, picked up CB radio frequencies. And that's how he got his missions. I'm gonna stop right there because this is getting stupid.
Wait. No,
Wait,
I'm not done hearing
no,
about this.
no.
When you say he got driven off the road, is that
Mhm.
a normal road or a space road?
So, episode 1, normal roads. Episode 2, space roads.
Oh my god.
It was that quick?
He had 12 issues, man.
Yeah.
So in one
They
whole
had to get
year,
into space at some point.
he got this fucking quick.
They were like, yo, we're done with this already?
He's not even a qualified astronaut. How do you breathe in space? How did it
Marvel.
happen?
Or of trucks.
He wore. I'm gonna stop right here too, because
No, listen, I have a question about this man.
he wore a trucker hat. Okay, go on. Go ahead.
Yo,
Is this
geez.
dude's favorite question gas, grass, or pass?
Red. Red, please.
I can't even answer that.
Wow, that just hurts.
I think
By the
I've
way-
been killed
By the way, it doesn't make any sense. Like his name is Ulysses. His brother's name is Hercules. They're not Greek.
Some people are really into Greek mythology, though.
It's just bizarre. But
Listen, okay, nothing would just make me just the happiest person alive is
Mhm.
if in the live action Hercules that they are making, a
Mhm.
live action Ulysses person shows up
look,
as Hercules' brother, but like sans the whole
No.
big rig nonsense. They just
Look,
Please, no.
you know what? I'm not going to take this away from you because you know what? He may very well show up because fun fact is Mr. U.S. Archer has strong ties to She-Hulk and she's got
No.
a TV show coming, so anything could happen.
If I see this man on TV, I'm going to die.
Oh, we're hauling ass on the space highways.
Yeah.
Beastie, it's your turn.
Oh, jeez.
holy moly.
I'm
Well,
fucking rattled.
yeah, I mean,
I
I,
have-
think we all are.
Before you can start, listen, in our Discord chat, I left a picture. You can see the truck in space if you want. Go ahead.
Enjoy. I guess for that brings it for me then. But for my choice of wacky vehicles, which I kind of enjoy, but at the same time I'm just like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, and we all know this, and we've already heard a mention of it, the Spidey Buggy.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Spider Buggy, as it's really commonly known. But a lot of the times you'll either see it in animated series or the comic books. I guess a good mention of it would be, I guess, the Ultimate Spider-Man series.
Okay.
That was, I think, I don't even remember the channel, but Family like XD or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So like that's where I saw it on Netflix, but yeah, that's where it kind of like it was, I guess, hosted. So it kind of showed up there for one of the episodes, and it was just like part of like Peter's like imagination. And it was just like, oh man, like imagine if I had this vehicle that could do whatever I could. And then literally later on in this series, it pops up as an actual vehicle, and you see him riding it around with like Tigress and all those guys, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it's also in the series where Spidey, like Peter Parker, gets to date Kitty Pryde for a while.
Yes, that is.
I'm pretty sure it shows up.
I think so.
I think at some point, yeah. But
you think you have to pay car insurance?
What?
It's
I
not
don't
a
think
car.
you can afford car insurance.
No, but it's. But
Man works in dying to print. Do you think he makes that kind of money?
Yeah, exactly. But when the vehicle was made in the series, per se, it was under Shield, so probably not.
Yeah, but like
so
you gotta have insurance if you're gonna drive that on municipal roads.
But it's Shield insurance.
Shield dime.
Exactly.
In comics, it was Corona Motors. And they needed someone to endorse something, so they wanted Spidey to do it. And that thing lasted for all of like 2 pages.
That has the most unfortunate name now.
Yes, it does.
Which is sad though. But the other times you kind of see it will be in a little bit of different comic alternate worlds or different like story mentions. One of my actually favorite versions or ones that I've seen was in the Old Man Logan. But like it's one of the Wolverine series in volume 3 in issue number 66. Okay. And that's the one where you basically see like I think Wolverine just like dealt with like the whole Hulk family and that like apocalypse situation, and they had to get to like to New Babylon or whatever, and Clint literally pulls up with like a version of the Spidey buggy, and Wolverine's just looking at his vehicle and just like, really? It's like, well, gotta get this.
That's what was on hand. That's what I found. What do you want?
Yeah, literally.
The keys were already in it.
Yeah, hey, and it was suited for everything. Like, hey, we gotta use the vehicle to get there. We're gonna use the vehicle to get there. Like,
oh my god,
and I'm old. Fuck, I only have one hand. What do you want from me?
Right? Exactly. If you want to get there, you can walk. Like,
it's almost as if no one drove this at all. Yeah, let's go,
man. Yeah, but it's an interesting vehicle, man. Like, it literally does what a spider can. Like at the same time, like I think again with the series, like in the anime series, you could just see it like basically, I guess, wall crawling or wall riding. I guess would be the proper thing.
That's
and
a just like mental image.
Yeah, well, like because I don't know how you say it. It's like if you see it in like on sand, you know, like those dune buggies.
Yeah.
Instead, it's on a wall on like a skyscraper.
Listen, let me tell you how I imagine this. I imagine like chibi Peter Parker on like one of those Power Reel cars. That's how I imagine.
That's exactly how you can imagine it, because that's literally been showed.
Have you seen any of those really old style cartoons with like a car trying to sneak? I can't remember where this anthropomorphized vehicle that lives in my head came from. But I'm just got this very visceral image of a car like attempting to sneak with its big tires moving like feet, and that's what I'm imagining as this thing wall crawling.
Wait. Do the toes make?
Of course they do.
I think I have the same one. I couldn't tell you where it's from either.
I don't know, but it sounds like a fever dream.
It probably was.
I hope it was.
Wakes up. Oh no, I hope it's not real.
Because if I saw that on TV, that got past a few too many people for me to be able to see it.
Oh man, but yeah, it's some wacky vehicle. I mean, useful when it's needed, but at the same time, it's just wacky that they even made it. Right. A man who can literally swing around.
Yeah, I mean, the very idea is stupid.
Yeah, they're like, hey, what can we do that can literally be a vehicle, but can do what Spider-Man can? Spider buggy. Well, brand deal right there.
Speaking of vehicles, absolutely do not need to exist in any way. How about that Supermobile?
I hate everything about it.
Why? What is Supermanium? Manium? How are you supposed to pronounce that word? Where did it come from?
So I'm gonna just take a wild guess and say that is it a car? Is it referring to the metal it's constructed out of?
Yeah, that's referring to the metal it's constructed out of.
Oh my god, I hate all of that.
So, but like, okay, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. So if it's made of this material,
what is this material?
Yeah, and why are we not mass producing this for this Superman?
Because it's a material so strong, only Superman can work with it at all.
But wait,
like
good. No, yeah, it's so solid. No, yeah, that's great. Awesome. That's exactly the response I wanted, in fact.
But it comes from space.
But so does he.
I know. So he makes this vehicle out of this, right? And then proceeds to use a vehicle for some fucking reason. Like, dude, if you don't want to get rained on, just carry an umbrella.
You're Superman. You move faster than rain. What's going on here?
Just, if there's anyone who doesn't need any kind of vehicle, it's Superman.
It's faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, has to go pick up John at soccer practice at 4:30.
It comes with 2 giant metal fists for punching, but you're Superman. You punch things already.
Yeah, but it comes with things even more with the vehicle.
It can do all of his powers, but like, if all it does is just the same thing Superman can, why does he have it at all?
Hey, we said the same thing for Spidey Buggy, but hey, we ain't questioning
But
it.
no, but like,
People
at
said the
least-
same thing about.
at
Hang
least
on, no wait.
Spider-Man's a person.
And
Like-
is very limited. Who has to swing around? Superman is fucking super.
Man.
They said the same thing about Supergirl, so they killed her.
Oh,
My chest.
that wow. That just
That was
Much-
brutal.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
My chest. Wow.
my twist.
But no, it's just like redundant is too small a word to describe this vehicle.
You're not wrong.
I don't
It's a
get it.
waste of panel space.
Whoa.
But
I've
here's
seen
the thing.
some dumb stuff.
Yeah. What have you seen?
A Thanos copter.
No. The King of Kings.
Oh boy.
So, the dude that wrecks most of our live action cinematic universes, that takes 23 movies to do,
Mhm.
that wields a giant sword that I am now convinced after seeing this thing is a reference to this thing.
Yes. Yeah, you
Oh
got
my
it.
God.
So its first appearance was in Spidey Super Stories number 39 from
Wow.
1979. It was the fucking brainchild of writer Jim Salicrup, who was a fan. And listen, you brought up Batman, and I'm so
Yes.
glad you did, because this dude looked at the 66 Batman movie and went, "You want to know who needs that? My man's purple over here."
Mr. Grape?
Yeah,
My homie, my
the
homie
fifth
Grimace.
California raisin.
Did you say my homie Grimace?
my homie the Grimace.
Oh no.
Swole Grimace, like. So Jim needed a simple way to get Thanos from point A to point B, so he wrote it in, and that's the only reason it exists.
Wait, sorry, what year was this again?
1979.
Yeah, see, that's drugs, man.
So I have a one up to that. There still exists a petition that you can sign and that I have signed to put the Thanos copter in Avengers Endgame. To date,
How?
it has 11,939 signatures out of 15,000.
But that'll never happen.
I mean, it was created before Avengers 4 came out, but you still can. It's still live.
You need to edit your movie and put this helicopter in, please.
We the people demand it. Like,
Yo, just have them use the gauntlet. Just take a helicopter and just like throw it at somebody. Just make a reference somehow, some way.
Yeah, have Thanos jump out of a thing, grab a copter on the way down, and slam it. There, done.
There, done.
Just have them in the same frame at the same time.
You know why it's the worst thing ever? Because it has the word fucking Thanos on the side of it. We already know who you are.
But,
but he wants to make an entrance.
Listen. okay,
So we can
Then-
find it in a parking lot.
and then fun fact, it was actually the reference for the Peter copter in Family Guy.
Oh my god.
What?
That's why Peter Griffin gets
Uh-huh.
a copter that's shaped
Uh-huh.
like his freaking head.
That's stupid. I didn't realize that was the reason.
The two
Oh
are
my
related.
god. That hurts.
Its last
Ugh.
Can they
appearance,
be related?
Crazy, Volume 4, Number 1, in December of 2019.
Wow.
It gets mentioned for the
Yeah.
last time in Infinity Wars, plural,
Yes, not
Fallen
movie.
Guardian number 1 in February of
Okay.
2019.
I was like, the movie does not mention this. What the fuck?
No, this was an event that slammed a bunch of Marvel heroes together and kind of made them amalgam, but like the shitty version of amalgam.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
and Moon Knight got
Amalgam,
slammed
but
together.
like rent-a-cop version.
Yeah, like Paul Blart.
I was gonna go for the bubble. Yes.
Hold on.
Paul Blart.
Spider-Man and who got
Moon
combined?
Knight, yeah.
What were they called? What
Arachnite.
was, I should have
Sorry?
known. I should have
Sorry?
known.
What was it called? Sorry.
Arachnite.
That
One of the
makes so
few
much sense.
valid ones.
We end that now.
No, actually, it's a really cool design. Like, obviously, it's going to be on screen as I'm talking about it, but
Yeah.
like, I like it. It's the best, worst one, you know?
Moon Knight makes everything better, except his own mental health.
Ah!
I mean,
And the people around him.
Aww.
Mark has been very, very nice to the personalities he's talking to. They get along,
Which one?
all of them.
There's like 6.
He's just having a bad time. It's not his fault.
One's
They're
a
all
taxi
having a bad
driver.
time.
One's a taxi driver.
One is a taxi driver.
I didn't even know that.
Rick?
Wow.
If you bring up Rick Grayson again in this call,
Oh, that doesn't count. I don't really count that era of time.
You're getting canceled.
That'd be a completely fair thing to do. Yeah, I deserve it. You said taxi driver, and I had to.
I don't. That's one of the things DC like. That has to be like a Dan DDO thing. I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yikes. Moving on.
Okay, fun fact it is. Kate, moving on.
Well, some honorable mentions. One of the best ones I found that made a lot of the lists was the SR-171 Blackbird X-Men feature. I like that jet a whole lot. Just the design. I don't know if I have never really looked at the specs on that jet. I'm not sure if it's like super fast. I'm guessing it is. I mean, Xavier spent his billions of dollars on this thing. So, I mean, it must be like, top class. And the other one I was going to mention for like worst vehicle would be the Flying Batcave, because it's exactly what it sounds like. It's mobile Batcave.
Wait, I've got a dumb question about it. Keep going.
The idea is very bizarre. It houses everything that the Batcave would come with. And most ridiculous of it is it's not even stealthy. It's a helicopter, slow, and it's exposed. Everything you can see everything on the inside. There's no cover. I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh, that
so
leads
much for secrecy.
That leads me to my question. Does it show off the Dead Robin costume too much?
No, this is pre-Dead Robin. This is when Dick Grayson was still,
we'd say in tights, but he actually wasn't wearing any.
Yeah, he was still in green.
That's okay. He doesn't need to be.
Panties. Listen, so
the leotard.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, Robin.
God damn it, elf boots.
We know
the pixie boots are great. Shut up.
We know what we're seeing here. Yeah, Flying Batcave, just completely ridiculous. If you look at pictures of it, you can really see some of the most bizarre things. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. There are things in there. I have a picture here somewhere. You can literally see like his back computer, fucking everything that's sensitive material for Batman is exposed, and it's just the dumbest idea in the world.
Put Batman in a bubble and make it fly.
Yeah, look at it. He's got his microscope there, and what is that? A radar? Sonar? What the fuck is that?
Both, probably.
Probably there's a Bunsen burner, some beakers there. Yeah. Completely
doing science in the sky.
Yeah, it's completely stupid.
Science, yeah.
That's even more unnecessary. Like, dude, just go home. Take it home.
Why do you
take some homework?
Talk about taking your work with you. Like,
this is highly before Batwing or any Batjet or anything. So I don't know why everything's exposed. And this thing's been I don't think it's been used that much, but like it's been popular enough to have a miniature model of it for sale. You can get it off Amazon and shit like that. Yeah, you can. Still, the idea is just so damn stupid.
Just take him out with a well-placed rock.
Right?
Honestly, a little redheaded boy that, is fully capable of stealing tires could definitely shoot a slingshot at that.
Oh, he sure could.
And practically destroy the whole fucking thing. It's the entire front is just a glass bubble. It's a dome. It's like I don't know, man. Unless it's got like bulletproof glass.
Bat glass.
It's like you can shoot. You can see him. You can shoot him. If it's dead shot we're talking about here, you have a clean shot, my friend. His skull is right there.
Beastie, do you have another one?
I do not actually.
Well then, table.
I'm clear as well, actually.
So the one I want to bring up.
Oh jeez.
Oh God, help us all.
Is the Flash ban.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure it's at least mentioned in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon.
That's right. For I think a commercial appearance.
Not only in a commercial
appearance,
it is. Mm-hmm. But also it's directly called out, and like John Stewart, arguably the most iconic Green Lantern.
Yes, okay. Yeah. I'll take that.
Calls it out and looks at him, goes, "Why the fuck do you need a van?" And when John Stewart calls you out, you done goofed.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah. This dude is an architect. You know what he gets to not be? Wrong.
This is right. You know what? We also forgot one other cool ass vehicle, and that's the Space Hog, man.
I will take a Space Hog. Let's go.
Space Hog, that Lobo-mobile, that Lobo bike, that thing that looks vicious as fuck, and I would drive that anywhere, anytime.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but
go ahead.
Hell Cycle versus the Space Hog.
Hell Cycle versus. If I had to choose between those
Hell
two,
Cycle.
Hell Cycle. Yeah, Hell Cycle.
Hell Cycle for sure for me.
Yeah.
Who wins the race?
Oh.
I'm going to say because Lobo's bike is, the Space Hawk's still bound by some type of physics somehow.
There's at least one physics.
Somehow. As where the Ghost Rider is, is the Ghost Rider. He can just drive about, just fucking Ghost Rider could drive in space. So I mean, like, he's not limited to anywhere really, right? So.
And Lobo's entire profession has him driving in space.
Yeah. So I mean.
Space race on motorcycles.
Yeah.
God, that'd be cool as hell.
Listen, if it's a space race, we got to get the big rig involved.
Oh, you guys will never beat Ulysses Solomon Archer in the U.S. big rig.
Suck my flaming cycle at this point in time. Absolutely not. Ulysses is going back to the burning place he belongs.
Oh,
he's got babysitting to do. He's too busy for this race.
Roads, where we're going, We don't need roads.
Space has no roads.
There is no roads in space.
Except for the Rainbow Road.
In the Milky Way.
Stop.
I don't think the big rig would fit on Rainbow Road very well. Just saying.
I don't think he could drive on it, period. I think you'd run himself off the road and get another metal plate in his skull. Get more speed.
A Mercedes can fit on Rainbow Road.
There's a difference between a Mercedes and a big rig.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, but they both exist physically. We know the dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know that bit of Rainbow Road where there's those two fuck off holes in the middle? How is he gonna navigate that?
His
Expertly.
truck can fly in space.
Expertly. With expert timing.
Mm-hmm. By the way, he also engineered that truck and modified its weapons and such with a college degree.
What? A degree in what?
But wait, hold on. With a college degree. But yeah,
No,
this
I'm
man
with
goes,
table.
no,
I'm with table. No, what degree? No, what
listen.
degree?
No, because with the college degree, but he wore a trucker hat in space. What the
Listen,
fuck?
college degrees don't mean shit. Like Reed Richards hurt his entire family with a few of those.
Degree? What is he qualified in?
Hold on,
Agricultural science, don't you know?
I'll let you know right now.
Oh, no.
No. What could he possibly
If it's some
qualify in?
psychology BS, like I'm gonna slap him. I swear to God.
You know what? I'm gonna let you know right now. It just says here that his skills were so slick that it just classifies as college skills.
That's stupid.
What?
I'm punching someone.
Does that mean just profuse drinking?
Vowing to track down the highwayman, he uses his college skills to customize his truck with weapons to aid him in this matter.
Does it shoot Bud Light
General
cans?
studies?
Does it shoot Bud Light cans?
Sir, we're talking about America. It's Miller time. Thank you.
Sorry, it shoots Pilsner cans.
I mean, you're telling me though that this man could have easily persuaded this vehicle to get added modified weapons.
Listen,
That's
man.
He didn't say he fixed it. He college skills used and upgraded.
College
Used
skills to
anything.
customize. So he started from scratch.
Scratching my ass like Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
I know what happened. He took it to Pimp My Ride because he still thought it was cool.
Jeez.
Check
They
here.
pimped his ride.
Status, identity, secret, citizenship, American, marital status, married, of course. Occupation, truck stop owner.
What
and
the fuck do
truck
you mean? Of
driver.
course. Hang on, slow it down.
Education, college degree.
Can I ask, why does he have a secret identity? Who is he keeping it secret from?
The Highwayman.
But it's just one guy.
Yeah, it's
He has his life that he needs to
brother.
protect.
He's
They
so.
tell my brother all this stuff I do.
You knows his identity. It's him.
I mean,
Sure.
He classifies as a human cyborg. I don't know how he got that far.
Wait,
because of the metal plate.
Hang on, what?
Yeah,
He got a metal plate and he got
classifies as human cyborg. As of first appearance, U.S. The book is called US 1, by the way, number 1. Came out May 1983. It's not.
Oh,
worth
so there's
anything.
definitely drugs
So
involved.
don't look it
Got
up.
it, yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's not worth anything. So don't look it up. Don't buy it, please. You're wasting paper.
time.
$1.
Equipment. Here we go. Look at this.
Tell me space French, space French, space French, space
Silver
French.
dollar remote. A remote hidden inside a silver dollar that allows him to remotely control his truck.
What?
Gum.
Fuck?
After
Okay, and with
encounter-
that, I think we're gonna call it an episode.
No. I need to hear what are his tools.
Yeah, gum.
Jesus.
After an encounter with the villain Midnight, he claims to always carry a stick of gum since the metal foil allowed him to free himself from her hypno whip. Jesus Christ! By making it touch his feelings and blasting his mind with massive amounts of CV feedback.
What?
With her whip? That literally gave me My Hero Academia like vibes, and I was like, wait a second.
Transportation.
Oh jeez.
Truck. Archer uses a highly self-modified truck that contains various weapons, gadgets, and defensive measures that can all be activated from his dashboard or remotely by his silver dollar remote, built by his college skills.
No,
College skills.
I don't accept it.
I'm looking all over here. I'm looking all over to find out exactly what he studied in. Well, there is nothing here. I'm pretty sure he's a college dropout. Even there's nothing listed anywhere.
I went to college. Does that mean I have skills?
Apparently.
You have skills to make a truck.
There you go.
A
Classified.
space truck.
Oh, by the way, there's two, of course, because the multiverse. So there's two different versions of Ulysses Archer.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
We have
Yeah.
two.
So the other one from Earth 200651, not Earth 616, same name. His alias is US Ace, alias U.S. Archer.
The hell?
Crazy. All right.
Native.
No
Alias
dual
is his
identity in
name.
this one. He's a trucker and adventurer. Oh, he's still a human cyborg. Somehow, some way. There is nothing listed here other than history of character is unknown, and the powers are those of the Ulysses Archer of Earth 616. So you're just a trucker that drives in space with a metal plate in your skull, and have a brother named Highwayman who hates you.
I hate that you've introduced me to this concept.
So just to step away from this, is there one of our vehicles that it's a definite, like, the best of the best or the worst of the worst?
I'm gonna put this damn truck as the worst of the worst.
Please. This is so stupid.
This outranks Thanos' copter in every way.
Absolutely
Every
not.
way.
You're completely wrong.
Look, Thanos
You
Copter
got
ties
12
into existing
issues. You
lore.
got 12 issues of this goddamn truck. It showed up in 2 panels in 80 years of comics.
In my defense, this was being pushed because of toy sales.
It doesn't matter. You got 12.
How many did the Thanos copter get again?
1 panel.
But you see, the Thanos copter's memorable,
I
This is
suppose.
true. This is true.
right? And it's laughable but accepted. A truck in space, not so much.
A truck in space is Optimus Prime.
You're not wrong. But also, this truck in space is barely ever mentioned, and nobody ever knew about it until today.
Marvel hates it so much that they want you to hate it too and forget about it. So this goes
Always
for
remember
me.
US 1.
No,
So for me, this hits the top of the list of worst of the worst.
I'll agree with it.
I can accept that, though I'm definitely going to go read all 12 issues of this now.
Please don't.
Please don't. Please don't.
Sanity
I have
of
to.
your brain. No, you don't.
Nice.
I'm glad we answered all those questions.
All right, and best of the best, you're saying?
Yeah, best of the best.
I mean, we established the Batmobile's probably the most iconic.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
like we can't just give it to the Batmobile. Like, of course the Batmobile is number 1, but who like is a solid second?
That's a good
'Cause,
question.
listen, if we're talking about notability, I want to throw up the Fantastic Car.
You know what? I'm gonna go on with that one too. I will agree to that. That's the
Second
second
got
one.
longevity.
Right?
Yeah, it stands the test of time. It's been there. Fantastic Car is synonymous with Fantastic Four. People often remember the vehicle too when you talk about them. So I mean,
And you can't beat anything that was created by Stan Lee.
no.
Never.
Mm.
May he rest in peace.
Oh, if he can see what's going on now, he loses his goddamn mind.
But he's
He's
resting.
resting in something, all right.
Oh boy.
And I think that brings us to the end of an issue.
Oh,
Beastie,
yeah.
talk us out.
I will gladly do so. Because after this whole thing, it's been a wild ride. But anyways, that brings us to our social media, which our Twitter is @CrusadeNerd. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it is @NerdCrusade. And we upload every Wednesday to YouTube, and you can download any previous episodes or listen on your mobile device through the Anchor.fm or Spotify app by searching Nerd Crusade.
Right on. I want U.S. Archer for MCU. Come on, make it happen.
Put him in She-Hulk.
And with that, it's to be continued.
Thanks for tuning in. If you like this issue, go ahead and button mash the thumbs up. If you want to swing by when we have a new video, web up the subscribe button on YouTube or anywhere you can to listen to our podcast. And to be updated to know when a new issue is out, hit the bell to be notified by